Wrong end, by the way.
Here we go.
That's good.
Okay, here's some questions. Repeat. Let's see, does anybody know what man's primary purpose is?
Glorify God and enjoy Him forever.
Okay, Christian. What authority from God directs us how to glorify and enjoy Him?
The Bible.
The only authority for glorifying and enjoying Him is the Bible, which is the Word of God and is made up of
Many books.
the
Old and the New Testament.
Old and New Testament. Okay, Megan, what does the Bible primarily teach?
What God's purpose for men is and what men should do for others.
That's pretty close.
What
What man
what man believes about God and what God requires of man.
what man must believe about God. Okay, what is God? God is a
Spirit.
whose being, wisdom, power, holiness, justice, goodness, and truth are infinite, eternal, and unchangeable. Is there more than one God?
No.
No. There is only one, the true and living God.
It's in 3.
Oh, how many persons are there in the one God?
3.
All right, what are they? Do you remember?
God the Holy Spirit, God the Father, and God the Son.
All right. Now, here's a key point. These three are one God, the same in substance and equal in power and glory. Okay, here's a new question. What are the decrees of God? Okay.
What are decrees?
Well, here's the answer. The decrees of God are His eternal plan based on the purpose of His will, by which, for His own glory, He has foreordained everything to happen. What do you think it means to foreordain?
To already ordained?
Pretty close. To plan ahead. God has a purpose. God had a purpose for everything He made. He has a purpose for everything that happens. God's purpose is to glorify Himself. What's 1 Corinthians 10:31 say? So whether you
Eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God.
So God's purpose is to glorify Himself. Before He began to create, God planned how every single thing He would create would fit together and how all of it together would bring Him glory. To be certain that everything would happen just as He planned it, He foreordained or gave orders in advance for everything that would ever happen. We call these orders God's decrees. Okay, so God just kind of lays it out there. Hey, this is how it's going to be. Psalm 33. Who wrote most of the book of Psalms? Good.
I thought he wrote all of it.
Nope, not all of it. A lot of it, but not all of it. Psalm 33:11. This is a psalmist.
Didn't Paul write some?
No, he wasn't even born then. Nope. Psalm 33:11.
So did David?
David wrote a lot of it. But the plans of the Lord.
Did he write some of it? Solomon?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's.
But the plans of the Lord stand firm forever, the purposes of His heart through all generations. We often make plans and have to change them. Have you ever made plans and had to change them?
Mm-hmm.
What are some plans you've made but had to change?
Whenever we got the flat tire.
Mm-hmm. Flat tire, getting ready to go to a basketball game this Saturday. You had plans to get up and drive right there, but
I didn't.
Didn't
That
have
means I
to.
could have just slept in longer.
Means you could have slept in longer. When we made our plans, we did not know it would rain. And rain is outside of our control. Isn't that wild? We're reading this right now and it's raining outside. No, it says rain in here. It does.
You should never know with you, Phillips. We believe
Doesn't
you.
it?
I believe you.
Do you have control over the rain?
No.
Who does?
Yeah.
Who has control over it?
God.
You're silly, Willie. God never changes his plans.
Really? Come on.
Nothing surprises God because he knows everything. Nothing is outside his control because he is all powerful. God's plan is eternal. It is based upon his purpose, which never changes. That's the way to just sweep it down on the floor. Okay. What are the decrees of God? They are his eternal plan based on the purpose of his will, by which, for his own glory, he has foreordained everything that happens. In essence, things are in God's control.
Yeah. How many of these are there?
Enough for us to do quite a few days.
Like, how many questions are there?
107.
How many weeks are in the year?
52. So this is, you could essentially do this for 2 years.
Okay, sorry.
Our
But-
case 3.
Huh? Yeah. And by the time you do it for 2 years, it's almost you need to go back and review again.
Well, that's kind of like those others we did.
But what it does, even though you may not fully comprehend every word or everything we talk about, as we review it more and more, what'll happen is you'll hear a Sunday school teacher or you'll hear Jeff preach and you'll hear a word and you're like, I've heard that before. I think I may know that. But then again, you may not. But it'll at least sound familiar. Okay. Who wants to go first? Megan, what did you learn in your question? I don't always ask you first.
Yeah, you do.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That we need to be righteous because then God will bless us.
So what are the blessings that come with being righteous?
We'll live a long life.
Okay. Now where did you get that? Come on. I'll give you a hint.
This commandment.
Up, which says that it may go
Go with you.
and you will live long in the land the Lord your God has given you. Okay, good.
Mommy, what'd you learn in Qatar?
Well, in Proverbs, it just taught more about wisdom and that
I'm with you.
I'll be secure if I follow wisdom. And I thought, I don't want to be like the world that, of course I don't know what's going to happen, but yet I know I trust God and I long for his wisdom. So whatever happens, I will be secure in him. So, Christian, what'd you read?
Well, I was going to say what Megan said.
We'll say it again.
That if we have righteousness in God, we, like Abraham, he was righteousness in God and he got blessed and he had a son. And that sometimes we bear children.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You remember what it said in Genesis? He believed God and it was what? Credited to him
Or reckoned.
or reckoned as.
Righteousness. Oh, that was our memory verse.
Aha! See there? You see all these things coming together? Ding, 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 ding.
Okay,
ding.
ask somebody.
Hayden. Mommy and Daddy.
Oh, did you have a tough time getting up this morning?
There's a bubble. Oh, yeah, right. You were asleep on the couch. Okay.
Okay, I like Proverbs 1:33. But whoever listens to me will live in safety and be at ease without fear of harm.
Hey, Dad, I got up before you
That
told me
was one of
to.
mine.
Oh, I did? You did? Cool.
I didn't. Whenever you clapped your hands, I just went back.
Well, you got out of your bed.
Yeah, you got out of your bed, but I think you went back to sleep.
That didn't count.
Stop.
Huh?
In here.
Yeah, you were on the couch and you were just kind of.
This is what I did. You went there and turned on my light. I woke up. I went on the other side of the bed. I went back to sleep, and then you clapped, and then I woke up, and then I fell back to sleep, and then I finally woke up and came in here.
No, I woke up when the hallway light came.
What?
Oh, lightning? That tells you when thunder.
Yes.
You've been learning something. I'm impressed.
Wow.
Yeah, who made the lightning and thunder?
God.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
the key point is listening. You hear a lot about listening in Proverbs. Listening to your father, listening to your mother, listening to God. Now, the idea of listening is not just it going in one ear and out the other, but listening and hearing and obeying and putting into practice. Do you remember what Jesus said at the end of the Sermon on the Mount? The wise man and the foolish man. The wise man did what?
Built his house on the mountain.
And the foolish man did what?
Build his house on the sand.
Now, both of them, the analogy of the story is both of them did what they...
They heard. One actually listened and obeyed.
Which one? Both of them listened or heard the word of God.
I would say they heard, not so much. Don't you think there's a difference in hearing and listening?
But which one obeyed?
The rock.
Right.
And that's the key difference. And his house stood firm. You remember singing that song at that funeral? The wise man built his house.
Okay, let's pray.
All right. You want to pray
Pray,
first,
man.
David?
Yes, you do. Go, Meg.
No.
No, he said let's pray. Go.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to stop singing.
Well, then pray. Go.
Dear Jesus, help us to have a good day today, and that we will love you and listen to you. Amen.
Amen.